Welcome back. In your consumer news this morning, tomorrow is Data Privacy Day, and tax season is a prime time for scammers to steal both your personal and your financial information. So it's really important to be aware and be vigilant as well. Joining us right now is local finance professional Jon Lawton from Open Air Advisors with some tips and some tricks to protect yourself from fraud. Good morning, Jon.
Good morning, Cleo. How are you this morning?
I'm doing well. All right. So what are some tax scams people should keep an eye out for?
Well, and let me just say, tax season is always a great time for us to think about these things. At the same time, we need to be vigilant all the time. But a lot of things, emails, texts, phone calls that you get, we need to make sure that, the IRS would never ask you personal information from a phone call, from an email. I got one the other day from my bank. It looked exactly like my regular bank account, and it said, "Click here to verify your individual information." One of the things that you can do anytime you see something like that, where the hair on the back of your neck's going up, is just click on the email address and see where it's coming from. A lot of times that can stop a lot of fraud. If you see something from the IRS, hit reply and see who that email is coming from. You might find out that it's not coming from where you think it should be. They'll never ask you that information. You should never, type that information into any of those emails or on the phone.
Jon, school me here. What do scammers want to do with my tax information?
Number one, they want your think about the things that are on your 1040, the things that you're filing, your social security number, your date of birth, all of your information. I mean, this to really, really terrible identity theft. At the base level is just getting your tax refund. At the worst case is getting your entire identity.
Not a good thing. Now you have some ways on the screen right now in terms of preventing scams. How do we do so?
Number one, make sure that whatever Wi-Fi that you're on, that it's password protected. It's really great. We're in the cafe, they say free Wi-Fi, and if we're checking box scores or playing on social media, that's fine. But if we're doing anything where it's involving your credit card information, your social security information, filing your taxes, we need to make sure that you're on a secure network. Make sure that your software, your firewall is all up to date with the most secure firewall protection. And just make sure that your passwords are protected there as well. Anytime you see that where it offers two-factor authentication, I think that's a great way to keep people out of your stuff.
Yeah, great advice, Jon. And what should we do if we think our information has been stolen?
If you think your information has been stolen, immediately contact the IRS. I would also add to that, let's go ahead. If it were me, I would be checking my credit to make sure that something there hasn't happened. But contacting the IRS, I would start documenting literally everything that I can. And you might end up where if your information has been compromised, you might end up in a situation where you have to file a police report. So keeping those dates and times and everyone that you talk to in order can save you a lot of time in the long run. When this does happen, this can be a really time-consuming situation. So keeping anyone out of this situation is really a primary concern.
Yeah, definitely something you want to avoid. Jon, thank you so much for sharing your insight this morning. Thanks for joining us here on Daybreak.
Thank you.